I love the stories of people finding Jesus in prison because it really shows how God uses circumstances to bring people to himself. In my life, that was working and drinking. My life was a mess as work, stress, and of the sales and running a business brought me to hopelessness and the bottle at the end of each day, day after day. God works in puzzling ways. In my late teens, I had enough of church and stopped going. To me, it was all rules and expectations. If I attend church and do more good than bad, well, then I'm all right. It's all based on my works. But I just stopped caring about church and religion altogether. When Heather and I got married, we started attending the same church that I grew up in. We had children, and the children were either crying or wild, and we spent most of our time outside dealing with them.
That's truth.
This went on until we just stopped going. After a while, Heather suggested that we attend a Bible teaching church that she went to in college about 20 miles away from our home. I sat in that church for years, hearing the Bible taught, but the most important message never got to my head and heart. I love the stories of people finding Jesus in prison because it really shows how God uses circumstances to bring people to himself. In my life, that was working and drinking. My life was a mess as work, stress, and of the sales and running a business brought me to hopelessness and the bottle at the end of each day, day after day. One morning, I was at work feeling particularly heavy in the heart, feeling like something just had to change, feeling like I just can't go on. And God put something on my mind, a postcard that hung in our refrigerator for over a month from our church. Heather put it there. I would have thrown it away immediately. It was for our annual church men's retreat. And corny church guys talking about God. I would have none of that, nothing to do with that. But today was different. God was working on me. I called Heather and asked her when the retreat was. Her response, well, it starts today. Well, she took care of the arrangements and I left work for the retreat. So what happened at the retreat? These corny men talking about God impressed me. I left that retreat wanting to be a Christian man. So I left there with the plans of cleaning up my life. No more drinking, no more language. I'm going to be a Christian man. Well, I had it all wrong and failed. It lasted a few months and I gave up. A year later, I went to the same men's retreat. And on the last day, a series of events took place. I was outside early in the morning, and I was just impressed by God's amazingness and his creation through a sunrise. Then I went to breakfast and had a friend from church share how the Old Testament was pointing to Jesus. And then I went to the final service of the weekend, and the speaker shared the message of how I'm a sinner separated from God, and in all my efforts and good deeds, none of that makes me closer to him. But God, being rich in mercy because of his great love with which he loved us. Even when we are dead in our transgressions, made us alive together with Christ. By grace you have been saved. Jesus died on the cross to pay the price for my sins. Because of what he has done, I can be right, be at peace with God as a free gift from him. I put my trust in the work that Christ has done. He's already done it. Finally, this message got to my head and to my heart, and I put my trust in Jesus. I was saved and set free. They asked if anyone would like to come forward and pray, and I did. I went forward and prayed prayer. It was such an amazing day, I can't express the joy and peace that I had. I called Heather, and she and the kids came down, and I was baptized right there at the men's retreat. God changes lives. From the book of Galatians, the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness. And these things God has worked into the life, in my life, into the life of the believer. The life changed, my life changed, and he did an amazing work. But the most important part is knowing that I am in a position of peace with God because of what Christ has done.